There, it's Tracy Daviero from Your VA Mentor. Thanks so much for being with me today. We are talking today about how to take time off from your VA business. When summertime hits, I know lots of virtual assistants who like to change up their schedule, maybe take a little bit more time off, maybe go on vacation, that kind of thing. So, but I wonder, are you set up to do that, or is that something that sort of stresses you out? One of the things I did when I started my VA business was I really didn't take very many holidays anymore. I wasn't really sure how to do it, and it's not that I thought I couldn't, but it just, seemed easier to work all the time and that kind of thing. It was like never letting the business go. And when we're in a job, it's really important to take those holidays, right? Or you lose them. But when we change to a business owner, it's like we feel like we have to be on all the time and in all the time. And really nothing could be further from the truth, particularly with the VA business, because you are not responsible for someone else's business, you're responsible to it. So it's perfectly normal to let them know when you'll be out of the office, whether it's Fridays in the summer or whether it's, a week at a time or extended holidays or unexpectedly. Lots of times, we need to be out for, family emergencies and that kind of thing. So in general, if you don't have some plan set up to take some time away from your business, that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. I'm going to give you 5 little tips to maybe help you get that put in place. So the very first thing you have to do, number 1, is you have to write everything down. You have to write all of your tasks that you do, the way that you do them. The way I find it's easiest is just go step by step. As you're doing something, write it down step by step into a Word doc or a project management system, whatever it is that you use, so that someone else could actually step in and do it. So instead of just saying, like I use Infusionsoft for instance, instead of saying go to this campaign and do this, I actually write out the steps of what that person would need to do, so that if they don't use Infusionsoft maybe as well as I do, or maybe they do use it and they do things differently because everybody has their own way of working, it's important to really detail each of those steps. So yes, it's going to be time consuming to get that done, but it's a really, really good thing to have in your business for a lot of reasons. For vacations is one of them, to be out of the office, or even just to bring team members on. So it's a really valuable document. Have a backup in place. That's number 2, however you want to do it. Have a backup in place, whether you're taking a long weekend or whether, like I say, you need to be out longer term or unexpected. You really should know what's supposed to happen if you're physically not the one there doing the work, whether you run a team and you're a project manager, or you're managing everybody else, or whether you're the actual person who does the work. Make sure that you know what that plan is supposed to be, so that you plan it out, basically, is what it is. You want to know what's going to happen to your business while you're away. And so whether that's one person who takes over, everything for you, or whether that's somebody who steps in one area and somebody else steps in another area to break things up, whatever that is. And, and obviously, you have to work in paying these people who are going to look after things for you too, because no one does everything volunteer. So number 3, keep your clients in the loop. Always make sure that your clients know when you're going to be available and when you're not. And that's not to be beholden to them. It's because it's a good business practice. It's like hanging out your business hours. Somebody thinking a store is open every day from 9 to 5, and then sometimes if there's not a lot of clients, the store will close the doors and they'll go to the beach for the day or something like that and not tell you. It's really inconvenient whenever somebody's trying to get in touch with you and they can't. So you want to make sure to keep your clients in the loop, particularly if you're going to be away. Make them comfortable with whatever is supposed to take place during that time. I know for me, I've been the main support for a lot of my clients. So, really being clear about who's in charge and how they're going to get in touch with that person has been really invaluable when I want to take time off. Number 4, or this, make things really easy for your backup. Whoever's looking after things for you, make sure they don't have to struggle too much to get your work done. It's supposed to be something that is, like I say, if you organize yourself well enough, it should be easy enough. But you don't want something to be stressful for someone else while you're away, because it's very hard to kind of look after things for someone else on a regular basis anyway, but really, being able to make sure that they have all the documentation and everything like that they need. If you have clients that you work with all the time, get them to increase their normal lead time. Give that backup person a little bit of extra space, and then develop checklists and procedures and that kind of thing that really help them get things done as easily as possible. And the last thing is check in if you're able to do so. I have always found this to be really, really helpful, to be able to check in in, once a day or once every couple of days, just to make sure that everything's okay. Pretty much, unless you're in the Bermuda Triangle, you would have, a phone line, internet, that kind of thing. Not to say that you can't step away from your business, but it is your business. So you do want to make sure that things are going smoothly. And although you don't have to physically do the work, and hopefully you don't have to put out a lot of fires if you do make a phone call, you do want to sort of just make sure that you can check in and make sure that everybody's okay, or make sure that your backup is able to connect with you once a day and just say everything's going great today and everything like that. You need to make sure that your business is there for you whenever you get back from wherever it is. So and that's great. So the other thing that it's a bonus tip, I guess, is the other thing that I'm able to do, because I know my business so well and I know my jobs that I do so well, is I can actually I can walk people through something on the telephone. So if a client, say, has to make a payment and they've never done that before, so this would not be like over a week's vacation, but say if I'm out of the office, say if I happen to go out for lunch with a friend and I decide that I want to stay there, I can actually get on the phone with my client and walk them through the thing that needs to be done. So see if you can get to that point with your tasks too, where you just really know the steps, your systems that you use and that kind of thing. So taking time off, very, very important in your business, and really fun to do. You need to do your setup and make sure that you've got it all ready to go for yourself and for your clients and for whoever is going to take over your work while you're gone. So I hope that's a helpful tip for you today. We'll talk to you later. See you next time. Bye.